One of the most stressful times for students is underway, class registration. On March 31st, current juniors began to register for the fall 2012 semester. This past weekend, current sophomores registered, and this coming Saturday, the current freshmen will register. A lot of students at Canisius have complained about problems with the registration process. We're here at the library to hear those opinions and what they think we can do differently.
I've always loathed the registration process at Canisius, A, because I'm an adult and I can get my PIN number on my own rather than having to go see my advisor for it, which takes time out of my day and also frustrates me because the advisors half the time don't get back to you right away.
Personally, I thought it was terrible. Last semester, it took me 6 hours to register, and it was only for 3 classes that I was able to register for. So, yeah, it was stressful.
The system crashed, too, for I'm pretty sure every single year when they registered, so that's a huge problem that needs to be addressed.
How do you feel about the registration process here at Canisius?
It is very poor, I'd have to say. Last semester I got shut out of 2 classes because the whole system went down. And it's kind of like a weird thing, like the quicker you put in your PIN, like the faster you get into classes, but you have like a 10-second time frame whenever you can log in to actually do it.
I think it's a little messy. I think that it could be improved, definitely. It's like a lot of jam when it's through the systems. I personally had a difficult time trying to register this year. I couldn't even get my own CRN numbers through the student services. I had to call student records so they could help me out, and I heard a lot of other people had problems trying to register as well.
How do you feel about the registration process here at Canisius?
It's a little confusing. Sometimes it always doesn't work out when you're trying to get into your classes. The system can crash, or you have problems with forced registration.
Have you experienced any of these problems?
Yes, I had a little bit of difficulty getting into Chemistry 111, but I ended up working it all out.
When you're a freshman, I guess you have to register like right away or you'll miss out. When you're a senior, it's not really that big of a deal because there's more opportunities to register.
As an undergraduate, I thought it was really annoying because once you try to do it, the system would freeze if you lived on campus. But as a grad student, it's easy because you can just do it whenever you want to, as long as you don't have any holds on it. And you don't have to track anybody down for a PIN either, which I think is really childish.
I really think that the whole process kind of takes the adult out of college. I think that every student here is capable and willing to do it on their own, and the university or college should just send us our PINs on our own.
Now that you've heard students' issues with the registration process, let's see what they think can be done to improve the system.
I think that they should just make the capacity for the classes larger instead of having to force everybody in it, to be completely honest. I think it would be easier for everyone.
We could do different time slots for different levels maybe, so there's not as many people trying to get on the system as possible.
If the system's not crash, that would be a good thing. I don't know, like Tara said, I think having more room, or have the teachers maybe have the capacity, if they really want the capacity to be 25, have it be 20, and then have people be forced in kind of thing, because then the teachers get mad when they have kids forced in, and or they don't want them to, but if you have to take a class, you really have to take a class.
They obviously need to keep the freshman, sophomore, junior, senior that the same, because seniors should have first choice on what classes they want to get into. But I think getting rid of the PIN system would just make things a lot easier. Just being able to, as long as you don't have any holds on your account, just go online when you're supposed to and register.
There could probably be a few things that could be done, to make it a little less confusing and make it a little easier for students to get into all their necessary classes and complete their course requirements. But for now, it's not too bad.
I think it's designed the way it's designed because they want to ensure that the seniors are able to get the classes that they want. And so I guess going through all the 4 years, it is fair because, you need classes as senior that you may not necessarily be able to take as a freshman. So I realize it's probably frustrating for freshmen, but I don't know if I would change it, just because I think once you go through the whole entire cycle, you realize, well, it benefits you in the end.
Now that you've heard what the Canisius students have to say, now it's up to Canisius administration to fix this problem. I'm Culhane for Canisius Chronicles.